Hello and welcome to So Spicy Entertainment. My name is Austin.
And I'm Stetson. And today, our very own Austin is going to tell us about his experience with doing his first stand up comedy routine.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh boy.
So,
Oh
so
boy.
yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay,
So,
so
yeah.
I was taking a stand-up comedy workshop through the Comedy Store of La Jolla, California. I don't know if you know Pauly Shore, like an old MTV guy, but it's his mom and his sister. So his mom opened the Comedy Store, and his sister teaches the comedy classes. So it was like an 8-week course where we go in every Sunday and work on our set for the show, our student showcase. So that was about 10 days ago. um, I was interested in trying this. I do some improv a little bit, but I'm thinking like, okay, stand-up's different. It's a different ball game. Maybe I can try this and see if I'm any good or if this is something, that I can pursue in life. So I just signed up and definitely tough. Definitely tough. Like through the classes, like everyone pretty much sucked at the beginning. A lot of people at the end were like, I can't believe like how much each person has grown like over the course of the course. So I don't know, like just trying different things out, silly things, dumb things. Like we're supposed to not tell jokes. We're supposed to tell stories from our experience and get the audience like emotionally connected. So that's what we try to do. Um, some classes went fairly well. Lots of laughter from our classmates. It's tough because there's only like 5, 6 people in our class, so it's a tough crowd. So like other nights, it was just like you can get off stage now. Like, here's some constructive criticism, but
Yeah.
so the show, I was
Well,
just
first of
like,
all,
yeah, go ahead.
first, I kind of want to know what got you interested in improv? Like, why did you like want to take these improv classes and kind of like where did it like stem from or where did it come from?
Interesting. So I was back at my community college, and I was just taking electives, like fun classes, like video editing, acting, and improv. How did I get into it? It seemed like fun, I guess. It was weird. Like the first time I was introduced to improv was in high school. Um, like I was ditching and everything. They're like, "Oh, you need something that preoccupy you during lunch, so you're not going off campus when you're not supposed to." So they're like, "Oh, we have this improv club," and I went like twice. Um, it was like mostly like outcasts, and there was like 3 people probably, me and 2 other people. I mean, it was
So it's
fun.
like outcasts in high school, kind of like they're just kind of like people you just kind of glance over or something like that, or
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, just like people you would never talk to.
just kind of
So
yeah.
I was one of them. But yeah, that's how I started. I was like, okay, it was fun in high school for 2 days. I only did it for 2 days. Maybe it'll be different, like in a college setting. And it was.
Oh, cool, cool. Yeah.
Um,
So tell us about your show now. Yeah, that's what the
all
good
right,
stuff.
the good stuff. Okay, so I have some things prepared. Talking about my dog, talking about Star Wars, and play a little ukulele, a little song. And in the last class, I guess like 2 classes before the show, they're like, "Oh, it'd be funny." And I was thinking about it too. They're like, if you play ukulele and you sing like Hawaiian lyrics, but then when you translate it, it's like the dirtiest thing ever. And I'm like, that's so funny. I'll do that. So I did that the last class. And then they're like, what are you doing? I was like, what? You told me to do this. They're like, did I? The teacher's like, did I? I was like, yeah, you recommended that I went there. She's like, oh, I don't know if I did that, but so it's like not her style to go blue or to go dirty.
Okay.
But my classmates were like, oh, you should do that for sure.
Blue is
So then I was like,
translate to going dirty. Is that
yeah,
okay?
like going blue, like toilet humor kind of.
Okay.
So I asked myself the same question, like, is that kind of like my style or what I want to do? Because like there's so many comics that go there, and so that I changed it last second. Wrote a new song, much cleaner, and I did this like call and response thing, like okay, repeat after me. So it went well, and I was actually very surprised. Okay, so about the show,
Yeah, tell us. Like,
we're supposed to start. We start at 7. We're supposed to be there like early. Um, everyone is there pretty much who's going to perform. One of our comics, Ian, he's from Canada, and they wouldn't let him in because he didn't have a U.S. ID, and his girlfriend flew from Toronto too,
ooh,
so she couldn't get in. They're like, you can go in like right before you go on stage.
okay.
He's like, what? Like, this kind of sucks. But like everyone's there early, and the guy hosting it, he doesn't get there till like 7:45. So we're just kind of like waiting around.
Was that did that kind of build up the suspense or like make you nervous even more?
Yes,
So?
of course,
Like
of course.
waiting there.
Yeah, we're like, what's the order? When are we gonna start? And like, what is going on? Like,
So was it one of those
what?
things where it's like nothing was really like planned? It was just kind of like show up and we'll figure it out kind of thing, or
Exactly,
okay,
exactly.
yeah,
And like the friends of the other comics, they're kind of like just like socializing during this time. Like, when is this supposed to start? And I just sat with my friend Stephanie and her friends. They're like, when's this supposed to start, or when's this supposed to end? I was like, oh, it's supposed to start around 9 o'clock. They're like, what? 9 o'clock? They like took me seriously. So easy. That was an easy one. I was like, no, I'm just kidding. But
it was definitely that atmosphere with everybody a little nervous and not really sure what's true and what's sarcasm.
yeah, yeah. So we finally find out like when we're going up, and I was third. I was like, okay, third. That's pretty cool. I think I was third, or maybe I was second. I forget now.
You
It was
were
pretty.
first.
It was pretty early on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was second. Okay, so I was second. um, and my friend Stephanie, she's like, "Are you nervous?" I was like, "Yes." Like when we're waiting.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, but you're Buddhist. You're just doing your breathing exercises." I'm like, "I guess so. I guess I'm meditating right now." Just like letting this anxiety like
Yeah.
pass through me. So I just kind of sat with it until the show started,
Yeah.
and then that's when started. It all came together. So
Nice.
the first comic, he's a lawyer. He did really good. He's funny, and they're like,
Oh,
okay.
funny lawyer.
He's what's funny about that is he's like, it actually helps my when I'm on trial.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh,
he performs better like
right,
in court
right.
from
It's
doing
like
stand up.
you're gonna be in front of people doing something, so you get used to
Yeah.
if you mess up, maybe
Um,
a little more comfortable with that, I guess.
yeah. And then there was a doctor. He didn't make it to the show, but that was pretty funny.
It was funny he
He
wasn't
was
there.
good. He's like, I know. I'm just mentioning. He was in the class and he talked about his wife, and his wife was like, "Don't talk about me on stage," and then he did. So he's like, she would kill me if she found out.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, let's welcome up Austin. I'm like, oh gosh.
Wait, quick
I
question.
decided to do this thing. Yep.
Yeah, before you got on stage, so you weren't first. Um,
Yeah.
so did seeing someone go before you help you, or did it kind of like make you like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be as funny as this, or kind of like what was
I
your
don't. I
mindset
didn't
on
want
that?
to. Sure, I didn't want to compare myself. Like,
Yeah.
but it did help. Like, okay,
Okay.
he's gone up. It's kind of like um,
Like,
the
did he?
flow. Like, okay,
Yeah.
he killed it. Let's see. It'll go. Like, hopefully, I will do well, and then I'll
Right.
pass it on to the next
So,
person.
and then does it kind of give you the feel of like the audience of like what they might think is funny, or does that sort of like
Sure.
influence what you might say? Like, it is improv, so I mean, it's always like up in the air, right, as to what you might say, and you kind of like play to the crowd. Is that something like that?
Sure. Sure. Well, with stand up, like we do have like our set,
Right. Right.
but it is very improvised with the audience being there. So I feel like that's more an advanced thing to really be aware of.
Right.
I mean, I maybe subconsciously I did that,
Hmm.
um, but I was just kind of like more like I'm gonna do my thing
Right. Yeah. Of
and see what
course.
happens. Um, yeah, so I go up. I decided to pretend like my ukulele was a person at the beginning, just like I'll play you later. Like,
Yeah.
so I put him down, and then I start, and right away I'm getting some laughs. Like, okay, this is great, this is great. And then I move into my Star Wars bit. um, uh, I just compared it to like the most annoying car alarm in the world. The one that goes do do. If those were sound effects to Star Wars,
Mm.
I'll hopefully upload the whole thing
Yeah.
because we weren't allowed to film it,
Hmm.
or like the bouncer was saying that,
Oh.
but then our teacher was saying, "Oh yeah, you can film it." So only one of our students did
Okay.
for his set,
Right.
but then they had like a professional filmer film the whole thing. Um, I enjoyed the Star Wars bit.
Yeah.
I, I had to ask like, has anybody seen the Star Wars movie?
Right.
Only like a couple people raised their hand, so I was
Oh
like, okay.
no. Did you
But it was
did
this one. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, like did you get it like a demographic of like the audience? Like what was the audience like? I guess what did it comprise of? Like like how many, and like maybe age
There.
range, or
Okay.
of
So
course they're
in the
probably
audience,
like 18, I guess, but
yeah, most of them. Okay, there's a group of like probably like 20-year-olds,
okay.
um, and then mostly over 30
Hmm.
and 40 and 50. So like 20s to 60s probably, um, and number about 30 people in the
Good
audience.
size, good size.
Um, so like the first one when I was talking about my dog, I was like, "Does anybody have a dog?" And everyone's like, "Oh, I do." So then when I was like, "Oh, anybody seen Star Wars movie?" Like two people raised their hand, and I was like, "Okay,
Oh
this joke's for you. This joke is for you, right in front." So then I did it. People were really confused because
yeah, they didn't.
it was very active.
Got it.
It was like a skit kind of. And then after that, I moved into the song. And then I was surprised because when I practiced it in class, I was like, repeat after me. And then no one repeated after me in class because they're unresponsive like that, I
Got
guess.
it.
They don't play along. But then when I did it at the show, the whole group of like young girls, like they responded. I was like, oh my gosh, that was so beautiful. Like it sounded like so legit. Um, and then pretty much that was it. Did the song Call and Response. So the state fish of Hawaii,
Okay.
it's called the Humu Humu Nuku Nuku Apua. It's like the second longest word in the Hawaiian language. So it's like, oh, that'd be so funny if I put it in a song. So like it's slow at first. It's like repeat after me, Humu Humu Nuku Nuku Apua, and then I speed it up. I'm like, when you actually click the pronunciation button online,
Yeah.
it goes, apua. So I'm like, okay, repeat after me. So I just do that.
Nice.
Yeah. And then that was basically it.
Yeah.
I was gonna, you're supposed to have a callback. Do you know what a callback is?
Explain that.
So a callback is when you call back or reference like a previous joke in your set, and they're saying like, "Oh, good comics do that." Like, if you have a callback, people are like, "Whoa, you're talking about something that you were talking about earlier. No way, that's so funny." I forgot to do one, but it's no biggie.
You should do the engineering joke.
Oh my gosh, we're not supposed to tell jokes, remember?
Oh, that's right.
They're
You
supposed to
could.
be
I mean,
emotionally
you could say the engineering story.
charged. That's funny.
Yeah. Say like the first bit early on, and then reference that back.
So, let's see. I felt good. Didn't feel nervous like on stage at all. I do remember just like fumbling on my words a lot.
Oh, well.
Not a bad thing or anything, but um, good like laughter and like response from the audience, and I feel like it went well.
Nice.
And the rest of the show did go well. Yeah, my classmates killed it, and then they had like the door people on stage as well, so they performed. They were pretty good.
The door
Yeah.
people. Oh, the ones that
Like people giving you
Yeah.
stamps and then
Oh,
like
okay.
walking you to your seat.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did they let the Canadian guy in?
Eventually, yeah, he was fourth, so not too bad.
Then they kicked him right back
Probably
out.
like halfway. He got to stay. He got to stay. Yeah. So like I said, hopefully we can upload that or put a link at least.
Definitely
To wherever it will be.
I need to see it.
I need to see it and
Oh, yeah.
cringe. Just kidding.
It's not gonna be that bad. That's good.
Yeah.
Are you?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to next? Like, do you have any plans for a next, improv stage or setup?
That's the dilemma. So I'm conflicted. Do I continue? People are like, of course you're gonna continue, but it's like something you really have to commit to.
Yeah.
If you want to get good and succeed, I guess. Yeah, I'm thinking about. I googled open mics. So, but then at the same time, my teacher's like, "You'd be really good. You have a really good voice. You should do like coffee houses. You should actually like. You should like do that."
like.
So it's like, wait, I shouldn't do comedy. I should do music.
Okay. Yeah.
She's like, you should do bedtime stories or like bedtime lullabies. But yeah, I'll probably do both.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, sounds like you had a good show. Everything.
Yeah.
Not too much trouble except for the Canadian guy, but those Canadians, man.
That's true.
Be trouble.
That's true. Well, any last questions or anything?
Oh no, man. It's really, yeah. I'm looking forward to you putting that up on our channel there, and you too
For sure.
as well, viewers. We'd be looking for that. So you're just about out of time, and thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, leave your feedback. We are interested in hearing it, and we will see you in the next video.
We will. Peace.